Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In this video I want to discuss whether or not banks have the ability to ban us, the customer, from buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So it's been in the headlines a lot lately. We have spoken in the past about certain deposits and withdrawals getting flagged, and those issues are slightly different to the ones that we're going to talk about today. But here we see the Bank of International Settlements chief slamming Bitcoin, calling it a Ponzi scheme, a threat to central banks, and an environmental disaster. So he's come out swinging there. Obviously, guys, we know that these central bankers are threatened by this system, which is better than the legacy system that they possess and that has given them so much power over the years. So on a positive note, in Australia in the past few days, we've seen the banks come out and confirm that they do not currently have plans to block their customers' ability to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So yes, that's a positive, but today I want to talk about those other options. So last night I was part of a panel discussion in Sydney. A few of you will be familiar with another quality Australian project, Haven, that are producing a stable coin as well as a monetary system, a system of payments that they want to roll out across Australia and the world. So that's fantastic to see. I did miss out on the pre-sale or allocation, as a lot of you guys did after Ian Bellina tweeted about it, and things tend to get very popular very quickly when he mentions something, and it's hard for the rest of us to get a piece of the pie. But anyway, so Kane is the founder, but he's also the founder of another great concept a few of you will have used called Blueshift. And what this does here, if we go to the Blueshift website and click on Browse Network, this brings up location. So you just type in your postcode. This will bring up the nearest news agencies to you where you can make a cash deposit. So a lot of you will have used CoinSpot and you'll be familiar with that. But this is just another option, I guess. I believe it has a 3% fee. But just, if you can't get to the bank or you're having issues, the cash deposit at a news agency is an option. But what we spoke about last night was a new development that they really want to expand this, and they're working on the final details, but they want this to be everywhere, okay? Not just news agencies. Imagine being able to buy this at the supermarket. Not only that, but they will generate your wallet there. So for people that have no crypto knowledge, they can walk in, have a crypto wallet created, buy Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, takes it a step further and really gets it out there for the mass adoption, an easy on-ramp and an off-ramp as well, guys. So it's fantastic to hear these discussions taking place in Australia, and we're certainly further along the development curve, I believe, than a lot of other countries. And that was another thing that they spoke about. So you're probably familiar by now that some countries have a premium for their cryptocurrency. We saw Korea trading at a 30% plus premium. Now that premium in different countries represents the difficulty to buy crypto there. So that can be, financial suppression, banks banning it, governments banning it, whatever that may be. But those premiums are reflective of issues that are underlying, okay? So it's not just more expensive for no reason. Now in Australia, these guys were telling me that they've got to purchase so much cryptocurrency that we're definitely a net importer of cryptocurrency into Australia. So the issue and the bottleneck for them is still the banks and the legacy settlement system. So they want to buy, let's call it a few $1 million of Bitcoin for their customers, but they need to pay, and those international transfers, those wires, take time, there's fees, it's a real bottleneck and a headache for them as well. So they were telling me they're working on technology and ways to get around that as well, because the traditional financial system is letting them down as well. So it's just great to hear all this stuff going on behind the background, making it easier for us to buy cryptocurrency, hopefully cheaper as well as those fees come down if we are paying a slight premium here in Australia. But I definitely agree that Australia is ahead on the mass adoption curve compared to the rest of the world. And when we had that run up in price, it was just absolutely everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere in Australia, barbecues, campsites, the supermarket, without hearing people talk about crypto. And I definitely think that is not the case worldwide. So I'll be interested to hear your comments below. Let me know what you think. And we've certainly been through 6 or 7 of these cycles. And I think people, when they get into crypto, each time they think that when we have a deep pullback, that's the bubble, that's burst. But guys, the fact is we have these emotional cycles depending on whoever's aware of crypto and into crypto. And I don't think that everyone, the majority of the population is aware of crypto by any means. I think it's still, the figures are 1% or something like that. So when you see this chart, we do have run-ups and euphoria and returns and corrections, but I've been through 6 or 7 of these. So it's important to remember that this only applies to the number of people that are currently in the system. And if we get more people in the system and it continues to grow, then we'll go through this phase again and again. So just something to be aware of. It's exciting to hear that Australia is a huge net importer of cryptocurrency. It's exciting to hear all those developments where we can deposit through news agencies and hopefully soon supermarkets and all sorts of retailers to do cash deposits to buy cryptocurrency and generate a new wallet altogether if you haven't been into this space very long. The price is having a bit of a pullback today. On a technical basis, I'm just looking for us to form a higher low on this daily chart here, and hopefully we can break this longer term downtrend line with this cycle bracket giving us a bit of a push up. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. It was a pleasure to be on the panel with the Haven guys last night. I'm a little bit disappointed I missed out on an allocation because it is a quality Australian project. I might cover it in full in the future, but you guys know that stable coins are very important. We've covered Maker, we've spoken about Tether, and I think Haven could well be another important part of that ecosystem going forward. So hit that like button, share these videos around, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.